What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and I'm finally over being sick, and I'm ready to check out all the Michael Clifford tracks that I haven't heard from Sidequest. As you guys know, I have been reacting to the singles as they were dropping because this is an era that I've been looking forward to for so long. I just feel like from very early on in my time listening to 5 Seconds of Summer, I knew that Michael Clifford was going to do a project like this. I could just feel it. I feel like if you go back to those videos, I spoke about it so much because he just embodies so much of that alternative, like kind of like emo slash pop punk upbringing, and I feel like he's always represented that. So I'm so excited for him to have his own record out on Hopeless Records. I just think that is so sick. So there are 4 tracks, obviously, that I've already reacted to. Those are on my YouTube channel, so you guys will be able to find that after this video. But we've got 6 songs I haven't heard from this, and I'm really excited about this. There will be like a full uncut version of this over on Patreon where we just jam the 6, but obviously for YouTube, it'll be chopped up for entertainment and stuff like that. So if you guys want that more laid back version, you guys can of course check Patreon. Not only do I have, the reaction to this, but I also have so much 5 Seconds of Summer content over there as well, because they are a group that I very much appreciate in music. So if you guys want to check that out and support the channel, links in the description. Otherwise, I'm excited to dive into this. So we are starting right off with the track Remember When.
It's a riot. Black mascara tears are running violent.
Layers.
Won't say that it's a war, but we're divided. We really work like stitches.
Oh, that riff.
For ourselves,
let's go. Oh.
You say you love me.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh, I love when he goes.
Let's get into a few songs.
Shut up. I love when he goes into that like little bit higher range right there. Woo! Oh yeah, it's just so cool up in that range. Just sounds so emo. Woo! Let's go! That's got such a punk vibe right there with the woes in the back. Oh, yeah. I wonder who's playing all the instruments in this album.
You say you love me and I love you still, but this kind of
it's so emo.
You say you love me and I love you still. This kind of love is gonna get us killed.
So catchy. He could stay in that range. Got all the perfect emo vibes whenever he can do that higher range. I mean, all too with a plea of, obviously, like when you first fall in love with somebody, isn't it so nice how everything can be so inviting and warm and magical and you get the butterflies and everything? But like with love, especially true love over time, right? You're gonna grow together, but that means you're also gonna find tension in that relationship too. And if you ever get to a point where you're almost breaking up or something, it starts to sort of taint that relationship and it kind of takes away that innocence. So I do like this, both cheery sound, but also lyrically, there's a bit of sadness to know that that love is sort of like not the same that it was anymore. And, you're going to long for those times forever. But Michael with these high ranges in this is so good to me because he gives me that Austin Knight vibe, which obviously I know they collaborated on this record, but I love that higher range that is sung, especially with, these vocalists that are obviously so good. When they can get into that high range, it's like emo perfection in the best way. So I love hearing that. I am very curious as to who's playing all the instruments on this. I'm sure Michael, stayed true to making sure to play the guitar riffs or write a lot of the guitar riffs and stuff, but definitely interesting to know, based on that first listen right there. So, all right, this next track is called Fashion. Oh, cool riff. Dude, he is leaning into that emo sound right here. Listen to this. Oh, that range is so good for him. Yes. Oh, we're two-stepping. Yes. Oh my God. It's also just like anytime you use the word like cut, for example, Hawthorne Heights, cut my wrists and black my eyes. Anytime you can utilize the word cut, no matter how you're trying to use it in emo, we're fucking here for it. Oh, yes. Oh, so melodic. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Good power. Oh, dude, it's so catchy. Oh, I wish I knew the words already. I want to sing it. Oh. Yes. My favorite song out of all 6 songs that I've heard now from the 4 that have been released prior. Is it 4 or 5? I don't remember. This is my favorite by a long shot. I love the writing in this. I love the melody in this. The composition is incredible. These instruments are fucking awesome. Such good energy. I love the timing in the drums. I want to be fucking moshing right now. Ah, Michael, that's it. That's fucking it right there. Woo. Oh man. I can't wait to listen to that song again already. Thank you. Fuck. All right, this is Thirsty. Ah, that was so good. Got me hyped right now.
It's getting hard to slow down. It's a difficult arrangement. Embracing my displacement. When everywhere and nowhere feels like home.
A difficult arrangement. Embracing my displacement. I love that.
Everywhere and nowhere feels like home. Song I'm tired of singing, I don't want to think about the silence.
Oh, fill the space with a song I'm tired of singing.
So thirsty for attention.
Oh.
So hungry for your love. And honorable mention is never good enough.
He's so emo.
Mention is never good enough.
That's an aim away message. If you're old enough to understand that reference. Oh. Emo 101 right there.
There's something in the water. There's something about a daughter.
It's both emo and a folksy sound too. Yes.
I can't turn back and stay.
Heavy.
The field feels bigger than it looks though.
Whoa. Yeah. Dude, I love how big this song sounds. Those instrumentals are so heavy. So it kind of felt like he was talking about, just based on what I was kind of hearing in the lyrics there, it kind of seemed like it wasn't thirsty for love of like a relationship with somebody. It almost seems like the thirsty for the love or like acceptance of everybody. And I'm only kind of basing that on the fact that obviously we heard like with the song Cool, I felt like he was kind of addressing some of that as well, you know, being part of this band and then trying to go do your own thing. It's hard to find maybe your own sort of like footing in things. And even with this, when he says that, you know, getting used to my displacement, nothing feels like home, to me, that is a very much like coming of age in a different way. I know we say coming of age when like people are becoming teenagers into young adults, but I feel like there's also this coming of age thing that happens to us that grow up in alternative music where we sort of have to, you know, turn 30 and then on, and kind of like, what does that look like in our lives? And obviously Michael's life looks very different. He is both a husband and a father now, which is obviously very different than when he started out in 5 Seconds of Summer. And I think there's a lot to be said about almost looking for this acceptance when you know that you don't know really necessarily like who you are to other people. Like, I'm not saying Michael doesn't know himself and he knows himself around his family and everything, but you don't know what version of yourself people want. And also you don't really know necessarily how to navigate that, but you do know that you love sort of like having the fan base and stuff. And it kind of feels like that's what he's talking about here is like navigating his personal life while also trying to navigate, the life and sort of like the fame of being a musician, especially somebody at such a high caliber, like Michael Clifford is, being part of, such a massive group and also now having your successful solo career. So I feel like the lyricism there really speaks to that, and it would match the tone of the song a lot because I feel like the emotion is very deep in this. All right, this is Nosebleed.
I don't think my mom even knows where I am.
Fuck.
I was crashing on a couch until they said I can't. Now I'm flying around the country, call me Superman, but I'm just super sad, yeah.
Oh, ho ho. I gotta take that back.
I was crashing on a couch until they said I can't. Now I'm flying around the country, call me Superman, but I'm just super sad, yeah. Behind her back,
Oh.
so I drink my weight and write them all a paragraph. That's just how I deal with that, yeah.
Oh, the tone of
My
this.
head keeps humming. Oh, oh, so I keep running. Nobody knows how much I bleed. No, nobody knows how.
Oh. Oh, that range right there. Almost gave me like a Bad Omens kind of vibe right there. God, we're gonna know now. That riff is so heavy, it's so dark.
How could they know that word I barely even understand? So I keep running. Nobody knows how much I bleed.
Check it out, no drums in this yet, but the intensity just feels like there's an entire fucking percussion section, and it's really just it's living just off the weight of this heavy guitar tone and Michael's delivery right here. This is intense.
Nobody knows how much I bleed. No, nobody knows how. Nobody knows how I don't sleep.
Woo!
Nobody knows how much I bleed. No, nobody knows.
Yes.
It falls down on the concrete and there's
So Nirvana
nobody
coded.
to pick me up, throw me in the backseat, pretending you know
Bring me some
how
drums.
I feel. Nobody knows how much I bleed.
Oh.
Nobody knows how. Nobody knows how I don't sleep, 'cause my thoughts never see how much I'm bleeding out.
Fuck. Ooh, with a little symphony section. Oh. Oh, I'd love to hear somebody do like a little like Juice WRLD type hip hop verse right here from Michael. Oh, it'd be so sick. I know. Come on, someone on Hopeless Records can make that happen. Let's go.
Nobody knows how much I bleed. No, nobody knows how.
Oh, and I'm so glad they left the raw vocal in the end right there. I feel like this is a song about somebody who's gone through a lot of things in their life. Maybe they have trouble trusting people now. And so you sort of have these like quote unquote, you have like knives in your back. So you're kind of bleeding at night. Now that could be a lot of different things. But for me, as somebody who has maybe experienced some stuff like that in my life, he mentioned something like every girl that ever said they loved me essentially said it with their fingers crossed. So I'm having trouble trusting people because I feel like I've been lied to or been betrayed. And because of that, I think it seems like at night he's kind of going through all of that pain and sort of like having to essentially like bleed that out because you're hiding it from the rest of the world, even though you have these wounds all over your back from maybe, being somebody put in a situation where you can no longer trust people. That's at least the vibe I got from the very beginning. I don't know if it just had to do with that guitar tone being so dark that it definitely felt like we were going through a lot of emotions, but I definitely feel like the visual of this is giving me that storyline right there. I really love Michael's voice in this. And again, a song that other than like a little bit of like a really like reverbed clap in the back, there really wasn't a percussion section, but this song felt so heavy that I feel like the drums were there. Having said that, I probably do wish that we had some drums in there to take that intensity maybe at the last 30 seconds and like bring it up even higher. Having said that though, again, what does it matter what I think about this? But having said that, I actually feel like I love that he was able to bring the intensity without it anyways. It's just I feel like when you have an artist like Michael Clifford, this is an emotionally heavy song that he's going to be able to bring all the way till the end, which is why that last vocal cut that was so raw at the end is the perfect match for this. So super into this. All right, this next track is called If I Had a Choice featuring Ryan Hall. I don't know that I know Ryan Hall. I don't believe it's Ryan Hall, y'all, the weatherman. So, all right, let's do it. Okay, that's a vibe.
My own voice is silent to me as a camera with a movie where I practice who I am.
Oh,
Let me decide on myself now.
oh, that harmony.
Lately, my own kind.
Oh, that, you know I love that range.
Breaking me inside.
Oh. Oh, it's moody and melodic.
My reflection has in me.
Oh, kind of sexy with those drums too.
Shadow scary.
Fuck.
Give me what I haven't read.
Oh, all of that low end, all of that bass coming through, and then these vocals harmonized right here. I am just a nerd for this. Oh,
Decide
yeah.
on myself now, 'cause I won't be your possession.
Oh,
I'd be somebody else.
it's like, it's got this like groovy kind of vibe to it, but it also has like a Midwest emo like riff to it as well. I'm really into this guitar riff right here. I just like, yes.
I'd be somebody else
Yeah.
if I had a voice. Lately, my
Yeah.
own kind, who's breaking me inside. If I had a choice, I'd be somebody else.
Okay, you know what? So many things. The last 30 seconds of this song are absolutely my favorite. That riff with those vocal harmonies, I'm such a fan of this right here. I also really like this thing that Michael is doing where I feel like we're getting raw vocals kind of by the end of everything. And like that just feels so correct in this. Like if there's a right answer, that's the right answer. I don't know why, but it feels like when you're giving me this emo vibe, there's something about breaking that wall and just letting those vocals be vulnerable at the end that makes the messages hit even harder. Michael's really trying to let us know, not like he really needed to convince us, I can hear it, but he's really letting us know that he's going through it in this. And I think that's really cathartic, and I think it's very therapeutic in a lot of ways. I feel like in this song, he's basically addressing sort of like negative self-talk to himself. It almost seems like he feels like he's almost afraid to be himself. So he, has a camera with a movie on it in which he, tries to pretend to be somebody else. And it's almost as if he tries to put on the front that he seems better about things. I mean, I'm reading into this. I don't actually know, but it almost seems like he's putting on the front of like having it all together, feeling good about things, whatever the case may be, confidence, all this stuff. But in reality, he's struggling with it just like we all are. And it's almost like he's admitting that he is his own worst critic, something that we're all absolutely guilty of. And I really love how beautiful it sounds in this. Even if I'm wrong about that, that's just the vibe I was getting from this, because I just feel like that message delivered with these harmonies is going to get my heart every time. And I'm very thankful that I have it here. So if I had a choice, I'd listen to it and be brokenhearted all over again for myself, because of course I'm also my own worst critic. All right, the last track on this is Eclipse.
My photos I can't remember, I've never seen. See you in all my dreams, but everything, you're everything.
Oh my God. Is this about his kid? Wait, is this about his kid? For so many reasons, I think it is. And also, I have goosebumps on my face right now because, I'm not a dad to humans. Obviously, I have animals and stuff, but I know that's not the same for everybody. But I'm not a dad, but I have this soft spot for like people that grow up in like the alternative space, because it can be a challenge, especially when you're younger, especially if your parents don't get it. It can be a big challenge, right? And so like I have this like soft spot for those of us that grow up, or those of us that grow up in these scenes and stuff, that grow up and end up being children, being fathers and mothers and all this stuff, because I feel like you now have the chance to kind of support your kid in a way that maybe you didn't always feel like you had. Not saying that was Michael's situation, but just there's something about the alternative space that kind of like brings a lot of us in where we feel like we don't have anywhere else to go. And the fact that like I see that go on to like become like fathers and mothers and stuff, it's just a really pretty thing. And yeah, so that with the intensity that just comes through in that chorus right there, I hope I'm right.
Never too late to learn the meaning.
Oh my God. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Did you just hear what I heard in that fucking voice right there? Oh, I'm sorry. One more time. Why am I sorry? I'm not fucking sorry. Are you fucking sorry? Listen to this. Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, I heard it again. I fucking love this. This is such a good fucking debut album. Oh my God. And can I just please one more time that note? Oh my God. Oh, yeah, dude, I fucking love this so much. 10 out of 10. I don't even review stuff, but 10 out of 10. It is what it is. I looked forward to this record for so long. I'm not even overhyping this. I listened to the singles leading up to this as it came out. I was so thankful for them. I thought they were so sick. Even when I was like on my fucking deathbed, I actually uploaded a reaction to the video enough because I wanted to hear that so bad, but I knew I didn't have the energy to give to the album because I was so fucking sick. And since then, I have listened to those tracks so much, and I kept thinking, how are all these songs so good already? Like, we haven't listened to the full album, but I'm already so into these songs. Dude, it's because this is what I wanted from Michael. I always knew he had this in him. Not like I'm some fucking dad here and I know what I'm talking about music, but like I know people that I would have been friends with. I don't have a lot of friends, and I'm not saying I'm a cool person. I wouldn't be friends with me either. However, there's people that I feel drawn to sometimes, and I knew from very early on reacting to 5 Seconds of Summer that he was somebody that was going to be on my radar for a long time. And it wasn't just because of what he's done in that band and what he's done, you know, even from like doing all the lighting and everything on their own tour, like all the stuff that he's kind of gone into further into music. Those things were already cool to me, but I knew that this was coming at some point. I know that we've had fun with the Summer Brothers and all kinds of other things, but when I would see him do a cover of something, or like the first time I ever heard Jet Black Heart, all of these things led this sort of like culmination of how I was feeling about what his record would sound like when it comes out. And to be honest, this is better than I would have expected. Because here's the thing, in my mind, I could only really imagine him doing almost this like, I don't even know if it would like maybe like some more pop punk version of this, maybe, which I think in my opinion would have actually been a disservice to how good this record actually is. I love his style of blending both emo and pop punk, but with that like really great pop melody that we know from him just from his writing in 5 Seconds of Summer, as well as like, you know, what you're going to get with this style of music anyways. There's always such a heavy emphasis on the chorus because this kind of music just thrives on a really great catchy chorus. But I feel like throughout track by track, I was really interested in the lyricism. Excuse me, really interested in the lyricism. I really wanted to know what Michael had to say in this. And like, what I really appreciate is that while the lyricism came through strong enough that I don't really have to read too far into it, his emotions that he matched with the instrumentation, that he matched with his vocal delivery, all of those things are fucking awesome. And let's just be real, it is very difficult to put out a record when you are a part of a group, because sometimes it's hard to let your personality be shown through as much as it really needs to be. But Michael has never had an issue with that. And what I love is that he went full force into this record with all of the influences that he wanted to use. And it's sort of like maybe even to his own disservice in a way, right? This isn't the most popular style of music in the world. He actually could have gone and leaned even harder into more of like a rock or almost metal kind of sound, considering that is such a big genre right now. But what I really love is he stayed true to his roots. He made the album he wanted to make. It got released on Hopeless Records. That is, I know it seems weird to just like hype up that we put it out on a record label, but you don't understand that like in a world like this, those kind of record labels are what you really want to hold on to. I'm pretty sure Hopeless Records just did a deal with Fat Records to help pay a lot of the artist debt off and kind of like take over all of that music to ensure that those records still get released and get put out, even if Fat Records couldn't afford it or whatever the case may be. That kind of stuff is what you want in this genre. And I love to see them not only supporting, you know, Fat Records and punk bands and all this other stuff, but also putting out a Bayside record. You know, Bayside's my favorite band of all time, and they've also put that out. So the fact that Michael Clifford and Bayside have albums out on the same record label, for me, feeds everything that I've been saying on this channel since 2018 when I started talking about music on my channel. And the more and more that I would always talk about punk and pop punk and all of those things and how much those are still represented in music to this day. And then we've seen all of the different worlds that have come through and utilized more pop punk and all these different things that we've seen on this mainstream level. But record labels like this were always feeding it. They were always feeding their artists and at the same time trying to have their feelers out for bigger artists as well. So yes, I think this is so fucking sick. 10 out of 10. First listen, it doesn't even matter to me. This is so fucking good. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I am hyped as fuck if you cannot tell. I just like had a whole just praise session there at the end, but damn it, I really am stoked about this record. I am so glad that I finally just checked this out. Whoo! I'm about to go jam this thing all day. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to check out Patreon, it would mean the world to me. Everyone who signs up over there directly supports my channel so that I can nerd out about music with y'all. So make sure to check it out. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.